Hello, this is Rachel, and I wanted to talk about something that happened last night, and I think it's really important. First of all, I know a lot of people that watch my channel, they're looking up a certain topic, but at the same time, in my channel description, it says that this is about my journey. So there's all kinds of topics, and there will be. So I don't mean to disappoint somebody or drag them down with this video. But anyway, so last night I was up late because, I work a little bit on the internet at night. When I feel like it, I make a little bit of money here and there. So anyway, I'm up and I'm going to do stuff. I'm trying to do things, and I noticed that there's this blanket down that covers a closet that has no ceiling in it. It goes all the way up to the roof. It's a very strange place that I live in, but there's no ceiling. It goes all the way up to the roof. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm looking for the thing that holds the blanket up. Can't find it. So I get a tack and I tack it up. Now, in the winds and the storms and in stuff like that, or in the cold, like there's a huge draft that comes through there. It's like a big tunnel. I mean, like a wind tunnel. So anyway, that's why there's multiple things covering this. So anyway, so that was down. I don't know how. I should have heard it or something. I wasn't that far from it. But anyway, so I'm going through the dining room, and I noticed that behind me, it felt like when you see a movie where there's a stampede, and behind the stampede there's a huge dust cloud rolling with it because of how close they are, how many they are, and how fast they're going off the ground. There's a cloud following them, or it's like a sandstorm or something like that. The energy was very negative, and it was behind me, as if it was on my heels. So anyway, I go to look, and it's this, I don't know what you would call it, but it was some kind of hound, and I think it was above my knee. I mean, I was a little, away from it when I had turned around, and it was blubbery. So, but it might have been a hellhound or something, I don't know, but it was kind of blubbery. I don't know how to explain this, and it was really, really dark. So it looks similar to Ghostbusters, where I don't know what they are either, the hellhounds, but this had no horns and it was blubbery. Anyway, so I kept praying, and I was trying to do my energy bubbles, and it usually works, and it usually works for at least a few hours, if not the whole night. So anyway, I go to do it, and it's only working for a few seconds at a time. So then I'm not even paying attention. I go and get my hands wet, and then I need to do it again, but my hands are wet. So it was there was no friction really. So anyway, I wasn't able to do it. So this thing wouldn't go away. Everywhere I was going, it felt like there was a negative energy, and it was really, really potent, and it wouldn't stay away. And I kept asking in my energy bubble to have these things set away, that I don't want them around me, that they're really freaking me out. So anyway, I go into my room, and I could see down the wall like this. My vision was kind of split, so I could see down the wall, through the hallway, on the side, past the side of this wood cupboard. And okay, first of all, very first video I ever did for this channel, I'll find the link and put it in the description. I talked about mirrors and seeing this being from another dimension that looked all Hellraiser-like, but that it didn't do anything, and that I was able to walk through it. But anyway, so it was something similar to that. So, it was split. So I saw the being on this side from the wall, and then this side of the wall I can only see the wall. it was very tall. It was like a foot from the ceiling, and there's like, the ceilings are pretty high, and from a distance it was still taller than me, and it was doing one of those like peeking, coming around the side of the wall, and I caught it, and it was really, really pale. So if you think of the character Ghost Rider, how he had black pants on and had a leather jacket on. Now this dude was not wearing, there was no buttons or pockets, and it looked like a one piece, but it had like the collar, the fold over collar silhouette, as if it was a leather jacket, and then it had like cuffs so that the hands were sticking out like straight across, like it was a leather jacket. But obviously it wasn't a jacket. I mean, it had no pockets or buttons. It was completely solid black. So anyway, this thing was pale, and it had no hair at all, no eyebrows at all, no eyes at all, but had a mouth. And so this thing's looking at me, and I'm looking back. So I put my head down, and I kind of go off to my right side. And I did my energy bubbles, and it wasn't really working. I had to keep doing them and keep doing them. So I already knew, and this thing didn't do nothing to me. I didn't have to walk through this one. When I went out there, I didn't see it. It was just a bunch of negative energy. You know, when I busted it and I looked down, you know, it didn't do anything. It didn't say, if it said something, it's not in my human hearing range. So anyway, these energy bubbles that were for protection were not working, and they always work. So, you know, I speak in my I forget what it's called, but I have a playlist, Matrix, Agents Against Spirituality. You know, I talk a lot about using the energy bubble and how it works, and that it's real, and that it brings you, you know, results. So anyway, so I already knew, hey, I'm going to have to put up with this. So the following, you know, this morning, I'm supposed to go donate blood. Now, I don't know what's going on, but, you know, I had my GPS on, and it was toggling between the walking and the driving instructions. And for the walking, if you're driving, it's taking a lot longer to refresh where you're at. So anyway, I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. So I'm going around circles for 20 minutes, like really, like, but I was early anyway, so I'm really stressing out. Like, I'm supposed to be helping somebody, I'm supposed to be donating my blood. And so, and the morning's already not going that great. So I call them, and I'm like, hey, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I can't find a place. This is where I'm at. And they're like, hey, you know, this is where we're at, but there's no sign out, and our van is not there, and it has a different business name. And they told me where it was, and I put it in the GPS. Now, the GPS kept putting me in a building, at a building where there was no other building attached to it, like in the image. So the image, like when you zoom in on the map, wasn't the same as the damn building I was at. So, you know, when it said I was like there. So anyway, I'm just like, whatever. So I'm already like 15 minutes out from the original appointment date, so I just go. You know, I'll have to reschedule during the week or something, and figure that out. But anyway, so I was like, okay, I know this day's not going great. Now, I told you about the night before with all this weird demon stuff. And, so anyway, I go to the store. And there's been like incidents with certain kinds of people, you know, They're just like, you know, making it hard for me to live my life. And so everywhere I was going, this woman was showing up with a kid. It was really weird. But anyway, there was all this weird stuff. I'm not even going to get into it. It was a bunch of like gang stalking stuff. And it was hardcore. I'm like, I got to get home. I'm not supposed to be out. But I look at this Walmart receipt and it says June. But this Walmart receipt says June 6th, 2019. So, like, I'm thinking, what? It's not even June 6th, it's June 1st. And anyway, so that would be 6/6. If it was June 6th, it'd be 6/6. And then the 1 and the 9. And I am not stupid. The Satanists, they look for things and they'll flip it over. So to them, it's still going to say 666. So I got this Walmart receipt that says 6619. Well, flip over the other one, there's still 666. So it was really weird. It doesn't make any sense. There's no reason for the time and the date to be wrong on the receipt from there. And there's no reason for it to be weird like that. So anyway, I just think there's something not right about today, and there's some weird things going on. And I talked to somebody I live with, and they said that I'm not crazy. And I said, how can you live with somebody who sees things and weird stuff happens? And they're just like, I don't know. They just acted like it wasn't even a big deal. So I'm really confused, and I feel really awkward. But I guess, like, you know, people I live with don't think it's a real big deal, and they said they believe me. But, you know, they are totally different than me, so I'm not sure what's going on. But I just want to put it out there that, you know, they're coming back, and they look a little different. I'm not sure what's going on. So anyway, thank you.